What's the deal with the headgear?
I'm going to work in an oil field.
In an oil field, like up on a rig, an oil platform?
Exactly.
You're going to need more than a pink hard hat for that.
I've got my safety goggles.
I see. I guess you're going to tell us all about it?
I will, if you'll just hop in and travel with us. I'm Kelly Phillips.
And I'm Bob Phillips, and this is Texas Country Reporter.
TCR is brought to you by Capital Farm Credit. We're the answer. Mueller Incorporated. Metal roofs, metal buildings, ironclad guarantees. Hoheim Prairie Insurance. Texans serving Texans since 1892. And top Texas towns Nacogdoches, Victoria, Abilene, Waco, and Hillsboro.
Cardboard. Stacks and stacks of cardboard. Debbie Tolman can't get enough of it. She's seen what these crushed boxes can do. They unlock the power of something called a keyhole garden, and it's her mission to share it with the world.
It is called a keyhole garden because there is a pie-shaped wedge cut out of one end, which gives you access to a center spot for kitchen scraps. Why kitchen scraps? Well, they're 95% water, and the keyhole gardens are extremely efficient at holding water. Now, what I bring to the table on the keyhole gardens is how to fill them. So here's what happens. We're going to grab cardboard and we're going to line it around the inside of the keyhole garden.
Welcome to one of Dr. Deb's Keyhole Garden classes. Today, men, women, and children will learn about this revolutionary new trend in sustainable gardening, where cardboard is your soil and phone books your fertilizer.
Here's more leafy stuff. Keyhole gardening is an art and a science. You will always get beautiful soil and good-looking plants because they're exposed to compost and a good balance of microbiology. Let's go with magazines. Yeah. Chop them in there. Now remember, we don't want it too thick. So spread it out. You never have to till this. You should never have weeds. You should never have any insect problems. And oh, by the way, you don't have to bend over. How sweet is that?
Go around that side, sir. Thank you.
Deb will tell you that keyhole gardens use less water, grow faster, and need very little maintenance. Now, she didn't invent this miracle system. Some folks in England did that. But she has perfected her particular recipe. Having a PhD in environmental sciences and several master's degrees certainly helped, but nothing beats real-world experimentation.
Give yourselves a hand. This looks great. Yes. Woo! It does. It actually is really pretty.
Her homestead in Clifton, Texas, has become a living laboratory dedicated to new ideas.
So these are the original keyhole gardens. So you start with a dumpster's worth of flattened cardboard. A dumpster's worth. That's a lot
of
cardboard. It's carbon. And then that becomes your beginning volume. So you need a 3-to-1 ratio. Browns to greens, cardboard to manure, or what other greens you have. And that makes compost within 4 weeks if you do it right.
So I've made compost, and now I essentially have soil.
And you have better than soil. You have something that will hold moisture 10 times better than regular soil. You have something with carbon in it. You have a setup for the best microbiological soup in the world.
Are these edible? According to Deb, anything can be grown in a keyhole garden, even trees. She currently has several around her property, growing everything from greens to berries to citrus. Just like a house needs a solid foundation, plants need the right soil to flourish.
Healthy soil is so important. And soil with moisture in it is important. And you only get that moisture by having a compost setup, because it holds 10 times more moisture than the existing landscape. For the backyard gardener, this is a great way because this contains the compost in one location.
Is this part of that whole circle of life thing? You know, I mean, come on.
That's good, Bob. High five.
All right.
There you go. That's good.
The Texas weather is ripe for a self-sustaining system like keyhole gardens. But Deb Tolman wants to teach more than just how to make one. Her lessons go below the surface, because healthy soil means much more than healthy plants. It's the groundwork for a healthy environment for all of us.
The health of the soil predetermines a lot of things. It predetermines how water moves. It predetermines how healthy your plants are, which then determines whether or not you have insects that are attracted to the area, which then determines how much food you get or how much wildlife you get. All that diversity is important, and it all starts at the soil. Healthy soil begets healthy plants, which then begets healthy animals, which then beget healthy people. So it's all very connected. It is totally very connected.
We asked for your votes on Texas Best, and you answered loud and clear in our categories like barbecue, state park, and history museum. See all the new results at texascountryreporter.com.
It's time for the Hillsboro Cotton Pickin' Fair. Come sample barbecue from all over the state and vote for the best. Enjoy live music, fun contests, dancing in the street, and vendors all around selling food and collectibles. Come to the Hillsboro Cotton Pickin' Fair. Making memories on your own piece of land is priceless, like skipping rocks across the pond, waiting on that deer of a lifetime in early morning solitude, or teaching your youngster how to drive the ranch truck. Capital Farm Credit is the financial partner to help you realize those memories. From small to large tracts, we offer competitive rates and flexible terms on farmland, ranch land, and recreational property. Let us finance your dreams. CapitalFarmCredit.com.
I was seeing the fire behind us. It was just so dark.
Then I heard a voice saying, evacuate immediately.
We found out that the house had actually burned down. I guess at that point we were both overwhelmed.
Hoheim seemed very concerned about our situation. I would call them and say my name and they knew who I was. It's refreshing to find a company that was actually concerned about our needs. Hoheim really eased us through this life-changing experience.
There's a reason the readers of Texas Highways magazine named Nacogdoches one of the top 10 destinations in Texas. In fact, there are quite a few. Discover them for yourself with a visit to Nacogdoches. Texas starts here.
If we've shown it, you can own it. Order a DVD copy of any Texas Country Reporter episode since 1997, even this one. Online ordering available at our website, or just give us a call.
Austin, Texas, official capital of the state and unofficial capital of keeping it weird. The city prides itself on being a mecca for unique artists, businesses, and personalities, and for tourists wanting to worship at the altar of weirdness. Well, they should look no further than Vince Hanneman's backyard.
People get married here. I've had, people be proposed to here. They have their birthday parties here. People do a lot of video shoots and things. I don't know, they've made it their own, and they use it as a sort of public space, Yeah, look, there's some of those licenses. I don't know.
Welcome to the Cathedral of Junk, a project Vince has been working on since the late 80s. This ever-evolving, ever-expanding sculpture has made him and his yard famous for being weird, even among the weird. But that's not what Vince intended.
I wasn't trying to make a statement. I was just trying to have some fun in the backyard. That's all. It's kind of interesting, all the questions all down the years I've been trying to answer. What are you doing? I don't know. I'm just having fun, and this is the material that I prefer to work with.
Soda bottles, bike wheels, hubcaps, these are not your typical construction materials. Vince made his 3-story building entirely out of items other people tossed away. People who don't understand the important difference between trash and junk.
See, junk has still got some life left in it. When I see junk, I still see the life left in it. Trash is something that you throw away. Junk is not something you throw away. That's something you keep because it's still got value.
Well, we've met many junk artists over the years, but never one with a cathedral. The name of Vince's project comes from more than simply its vaulted ceilings. Each item in here is just like a member of a congregation.
A lot of these people are broken in many different ways. They're not brand new and shiny like they were in the beginning. They're not the center of attention anymore, exactly. Some of them feel discarded, yet together they're part of something bigger, right? And that's the same thing with these things. They're all discarded as well. They've got little action figures with one arm. Oh man, But here, they're worth something. They're part of something bigger, again.
We've got friends in high-tech places, and you could be one of them. Like us at facebook.com/Texas Country Reporter or follow us on Twitter at TCRBob for travel updates, photos, and previews of upcoming episodes.
Year after year, people depend on Mueller metal roofs and buildings.
We are a vineyard and a winery, and we built a winery to facilitate our vineyard, and we're making a better wine. I trust Mueller all the way. Anybody can sell you a metal building. Mueller thinks outside the box. Not only does it show, it's operational. I've got my livelihood in that building. That's a Mueller building.
TCR is brought to you by Capital Farm Credit. We're the answer. Mueller Incorporated. Metal roofs, metal buildings, ironclad guarantees. Hoheim Prairie Insurance. Texans serving Texans since 1892. And top Texas towns Nacogdoches, Victoria, Abilene, Waco, and Hillsboro.
In our many miles over many years, we have found there are places in Texas where plain folks and professional photographers gather to witness the beauty of a sunset. But the oil field outside Tarzan, Texas is not one of those places. Don't tell that to Bob Callender. There's nowhere else in the world he'd rather be in the last few minutes of daylight than right here.
That sunset would be so pretty if those oil rigs weren't in the way.
That is what makes the sunset. That is so beautiful. When you're sitting there and you're looking at those rigs that are out there, and I mean, to me, I think of a Christmas tree. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Miles away back home in Midland, Bob's passion for peculiar sunsets has taken over what started as a frame shop.
Oh my gosh, you did this?
Wow.
Look at that.
That's unbelievable.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All of these in here?
All these are mine, yes.
This has got to be the only fine art oil and gas gallery in the world.
Well, I'm not 100% sure about that, but whatever it is, this is what I do. Let me show you around.
Okay.
To me, this is some of the most beautiful landscape in all the world. I love all the rigs. I love the pump jacks. These are my cowboys. These are my bluebonnets. These are really just show a lot of artistic appeal to me.
A lot of people look at the rigs and the derricks out in the field, and they see dirty, grungy. You see art.
I do. There's a mixture that you're looking at. You look at the beauty of the landscape, but then you also look at the harshness of the equipment that's out there. And to me, the mixture is just really, it's really cool. Every rig is kind of like a monument to hard work. It's a monument to America.
So tell me how many galleries that you're in.
Approximately around 900 galleries throughout the United States and Canada.
900?
900.
And counting.
This particular piece here I shot with my eldest son. We were actually going to Odessa, and as we were driving to Odessa, of course, I saw the shot, and I'm kind of one of those weird guys that stops, and I'm like, hey, let's stop and go take a look at this, and we get out there and take a shot of this one.
Isn't this pretty dangerous to be this close?
It's dangerous, but to me it's beautiful. If you'd like, you can grab Bob and we can go out there and take a look at it.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Where are we going?
We're going to go get dirty. Real dirty.
All right.
Instead of shooting around the rigs and finally getting to shoot on the rigs, that's when I got really fired up. Okay, you guys have to have hard hats on the rig. Seriously, you got to have a hard hat. Now, when we get up there, you guys are on your own, because when I get up there, I get busy. So don't get in the way.
On our own. Aye, aye, sir.
All right.
For you to get on their rig and to be able to work with them, you almost have to have a rite of passage to be able to do that. Now, that'll wake you up. These guys are they're just amazing, because their lives are in each other's hands. I mean, literally in each other's hands. There is a lot of stuff going on at this moment, and if you don't know what you're doing, you could definitely get hurt.
It's all in a day's work for Bob to drive miles and miles to find the right rig in the right light.
So you would drive past